Today, we have many ways to communicate with each other. You can call your friends using a wireline phone at home. You can email your friends using the internet. You call your parents and family on a wireless phone, or your out-of-state or out-of-country relatives using a prepaid phone card. There are many different ways we can stay in contact with our family, friends, and community. Since we have so many different ways to communicate, we need to learn how to use these communication services correctly and safely. AT&T encourages responsible and safe use of the telephone and internet, and we've developed this educational video to discuss some important topics and provide useful tips about wireline phones, wireless phones, the internet, and safety. The first type of communication service we would like to tell you about is wireline phone service. This is the type of phone service where you have a phone with a cord that you plug into the wall. Payphones, home phones, and business phones are usually wireline phones. There are monthly charges for service to these types of phones and additional service features that can cost extra, such as call waiting, caller ID, and voicemail are also generally available for these types of phones. Wireline phones can be used to call just about anywhere, but remember, calls to someone in another country or state, and sometimes in another part of the same state, are long-distance calls that can also cost extra, unless you have a service or calling plan that includes these kinds of calls. So make sure you ask your parent or guardian first before making these types of calls, because these calls cost more for each minute you talk, including if you leave a message for someone on their answering machine or voicemail. Now let's talk about wireless phone service. Thinking of getting a wireless phone or upgrading a phone you already have? This section will help you understand the service options and plans that are available to suit you and your family. It's really best to shop around and ask questions to determine which wireless service will meet the needs of you and your family, because there are many kinds of wireless phone plans available. Prepaid phone plans allow you to pay in advance for what you need. There's no long-term contract, credit check, or deposit required. Individual monthly plans require a contract or agreement, and then you are billed once a month for the service. Generally, there is a preset amount of minutes that are included with a monthly plan, so it's important that you know the total number of minutes you get with your plan each month, and that you get into a habit of carefully managing and tracking your calls so you can avoid high, unexpected, and unplanned bills. Especially since with wireless service, the minutes you spend on both incoming and outgoing calls, and even checking voicemail, may count towards your total monthly allotted minutes. Family talk plans are also monthly plans. They have big blocks of minutes and more than one phone on the plan. The total number of minutes on family talk plans are shared with all the phones on the plan. So the entire family can have several phones with only one bill. But again, it's important for everyone to keep track of minutes used to avoid going over the amount of minutes included in the monthly plan. By shopping around and carefully checking different wireless phone plans, handsets, and accessories, you and your family can make the right choice for what your family needs. One of the things to think about when choosing a wireless plan is whether you will be making many long-distance or international calls on your wireless phone. If so, you should carefully look at the different national and international calling plans that are available. You should also ask if any roaming charges apply to long-distance calls. Roaming charges are per-minute charges that can add up quickly. Another thing to think about is the many features available on wireless phones, such as text messaging, taking photos, downloading ringtones and graphics, and listening to music. Some of these features have additional costs and will increase the monthly bill for your service. Let's take a closer look at some popular features. Today, wireless phones are used for text messaging and other activities almost as much as they are used for talking. Text messaging is convenient and easy to do. It's also a great way to stay in touch with your family and very handy when you aren't available to pick up a phone and talk. But be aware there may be a charge for each text message you send unless you have a service plan that gives you a certain number of texts each month for a set price. Ask your parents or guardian about using your phone for text messaging so no one will be surprised when the bill arrives. Many wireless phones also have a built-in camera and allow you to exchange pictures with your friends or family. There's usually an extra charge for sending and receiving pictures, so be sure to get your parents' or guardian's permission before using your phone in this way too. And again, it's important to know about your monthly plan so you don't run up a big bill. Here are some of the typical ways that companies charge for text messaging and other features. Pay per text means that you are charged for each text message, so you pay for each text message you send. Text packages allow you to pay a set fee each month to send and receive a certain number of text messages per month. Multimedia plans often allow you to pay a set price each month for text messaging, internet access, email, music, and video. Remember, be sure to know which plan you have and how many minutes you have so you don't run up the phone bill by accident. Here are some other features to ask your wireless phone service provider about. Some wireless phone companies offer a feature called mobile-to-mobile calling. This means that if you have the same wireless phone service as your other family members and friends, you may not be charged for the calls you make to each other on your wireless phones. It can save a lot of money, so ask your parent or guardian to find out if your service plan includes that service. Another phone feature is called push-to-talk. Some wireless phone companies offer a phone that acts like a two-way radio or walkie-talkie. For quick conversations, you push a button and simply talk, and then you let go of the button to wait for a response. No dialing is needed. Check with your wireless service provider about the per-use cost for this feature, or if there is a push-to-talk calling plan available for a set price per month. There are many other services available on wireless phones, but they also have many added charges. So talk to your parent or guardian about why you need the phone and how you're going to use it before you start using these services. The internet has become a big part of all of our lives, allowing us to share information, learn, and stay in touch with our family and friends. If you have a computer at home, you can use your home phone in one of two ways to connect to the internet. One way is by plugging the phone line into your computer and using the computer to dial a telephone number to reach your internet service provider. This is called dial-up internet service. You will want to check to make sure that the dial-up telephone number you call is a local number and doesn't cost extra money, because some internet service provider phone numbers may not be local calls, and the per-minute charges can really add up when you're surfing the net. It's always a good idea to ask before you make a dial-up connection to the internet. You can also connect to the internet using a service called high-speed internet access. You might have also heard this referred to as DSL service. This allows you to surf the net much faster and allows for faster downloads of information. You can surf the web and talk on the phone at the same time, or leave your home phone open for emergencies and important calls. You can also safely leave your computer on to keep tabs on your email. Knowing what to say and do while on the phone and internet can keep you and your family safe. Here are some safety tips to live by. There is a special phone number to call in case of emergencies. It's 911. If someone is badly injured or unconscious, call 911. If a crime is being committed and you need the police, or if there is a fire, call 911. 911 calls are free, even from payphones. It's important that you know your address. The person who answers your 911 call can usually see your address on a computer screen, but they may ask you if the address is correct. If you are calling from a wireless phone, give the operator your wireless phone number and describe the area or surroundings, such as stores, nearby, since they may not know your exact address or location. The person will tell you that help is on the way. After that, he or she will ask you what happened, so stay on the phone. Stay calm and talk slowly so the operator can understand you. The operator will stay on the telephone with you until help arrives. Here are some other things to know about to stay safe when you are using your phone or the internet. Never say you're home alone. If an adult isn't home, say he or she can't come to the phone right now. May I take a message? Don't give out personal information over the phone, like your social security number or driver's license number, especially not to people you don't know. Have you ever heard of the term identity theft? Identity theft is a crime and occurs when someone uses your name and information for themselves without your permission. They want to use your name to get a job, buy a car, or obtain other services like wireline or wireless phone service. That's why it is a good idea not to give out personal information on the phone or when you're on the internet, especially if you don't know the person or why the company you're communicating with really needs to have it. Don't let your friends use your phone if you're not sure how they'll use it. Don't text, instant message, or reply to telephone numbers you don't know. Do be smart about the websites you visit. If a website asks for lots of personal information, such as your name, social security number, address, or telephone number, and you don't know why, ask a parent or guardian, or click the X or close and go to another site. And be smart about how and when you use your wireless phone. Effective July 1, 2008, California law will require the use of hands-free devices for all drivers, and anyone under the age of 18 will be prohibited from talking on a cell phone, text messaging, or using other types of PDAs, laptops, and pagers while driving. So, it's against the law. Making the right decision on how we use our phones and the internet can improve our quality of life and keep us more connected. Here are some more things you will want to know about using the phone and the internet. In commercials, you may often see a business asking you to call a phone number that starts with 1-800, 1-877, 1-866, or 1-888 to order a product. You, or actually your parents or guardians, don't pay to call these numbers because the business using the number pays for the call. However, if you make these calls from your wireless phone, they will count towards your monthly minutes. Also, you shouldn't call any of these kinds of numbers without asking permission. You might end up buying something your parents or guardians won't want to pay for. Also, be sure to ask permission before calling a number that begins with 1-900 or 1-976. These are numbers that connect you with a company that provides information and charges for that information. You may see a commercial asking you to call one of these numbers to hear a joke or a riddle. Ask first. These calls can cost a lot of money every time you call. The adult who pays the phone bill won't be happy if he or she sees these numbers on the bill. 411 is a number you can call to get telephone numbers and addresses for people and businesses across the country. You may get some free 411 calls with your phone plan, but you should ask your parent or guardian before using this service. Also, sometimes the 411 system will ask if you want your call dialed automatically. It's important to know that there may be an additional charge for connecting you to the number you requested. So, unless your parent or guardian says it's okay, it is best to listen to the operator for the number, write it down, and hang up and dial the number yourself. In addition to 411, there are now other services that you can call to get telephone numbers and addresses. Many of these services are reached by dialing an 800 number. Be considerate. Don't talk on your wireless phone in quiet public places such as movie theaters, libraries, or buses. Put your phone on silent or vibrate so it will not distract others. Don't be the rude person screaming on your phone. Nobody needs to hear your drama. They have enough of their own. Many California schools do not allow students to have cell phones at school at all, so you should check with your parents and your school's principal's office to know for sure if you can bring your cell phone to school and where you should keep it while at school. Remember, your phone shouldn't be used during school. You're there to learn. Do not use your phone to pass jokes, communicate with your friends, or even, worse, to cheat on tests. You don't need a wireless phone to be successful in school, so just be sure to check with the school, and if it's okay for you to bring it to school, make sure you turn it off and keep it in your locker or backpack until it's okay to use. Having a phone or surfing the web and using them correctly can be educational and fun and make your life even better. Oh, and one more thing. Make sure your wireless phone's keypad is locked when you're not using it. If you have the phone in your pocket or in your backpack, you could accidentally call a friend, or worse, 911 without even knowing it. You have learned new things about different communication technologies, making personal choices, and the importance of using safety while using these technologies. We learned about wireline technology and calling features, wireless technology, and choosing the best plan to meet your needs, wireline and wireless safety, and the new California law that prohibits minors from using a cell phone while driving, internet safety, identity theft, 911 emergency services, and 411 information service, toll-free numbers, 900 or 976 numbers. In this fast-paced world of communications, making the right decisions helps us to keep informed and safe, while allowing us to stay connected with our family and friends. Today's phone technology is fun. It's fast, convenient, and can be used for conversations, snapping pictures, web browsing, sending emails, playing games or music, and much more. So, make the phone your friend by learning about what your options are to make smart choices and right decisions for you and your family.